Hello, I'm Rod Pinkston and welcome to another episode of JAGER PRO. Do moon phases play any part in pig behavior or patterning their movement? This is an interesting topic, so I'll cover the Solar Lunar Calendar in today's basic training segment. I'll also remove another sounder from this property using the most efficient process and products while teaching the art and science of integrated wild pig control. Integrated wild pig control is a strategic approach using a series of innovative control methods and technologies implemented in a specific sequence based on seasonal food sources. Emphasis is placed on efficient removal of entire sounders at one time to eliminate escapes, method education, and future reproduction. Control strategies must continually change throughout the various seasons to effectively target adaptive survivors. Those trusting the solar lunar theory believe daily animal activity is dependent on the position of the sun and the moon. They also believe solar lunar tables can be used to predict the best daily movement times and most active days of the month. We now have access to more precise data. Technology improvements such as smartphones, mobile apps, and GPS technology allow solar lunar tables to be calculated based on your exact geographical location. The strongest activity occurs when there is a new moon or a full moon, and the weakest when there is a quarter moon or a three-quarter moon. This is because the combined gravitational force of the moon and the sun is strongest when both are directly overhead or directly underfoot. The two strongest daily times are called major periods, and the two intermediate times of the day, which are shorter in length, are called minor periods. The monthly screen displays information at a glance, with good and excellent days shown as 3 stars. Can this information be used to predict feral pig movements or patterns? Let's look at a few examples, then make a performance-based assessment. Big PC fed at Mud Puddle on both 25 and 26 March. I'm on site the 27th because he's on my hit list, and the Solar Lunar app predicts excellent movement for the 27th and 28th. As tomorrow is a new moon. I'm sitting at Mud Puddle and receive this ice cam photo of Big PC feeding at Clay Pit. I choose to stay here and continue scanning because the wind is wrong for a stalk at Clay Pit. At 1:06, Triple B begins feeding outside the left gate at Clay Pit. A big boar finally steps into Mud Puddle at 2:42. I turn on the 640 by 512 thermal scope on my .308 caliber rifle and take a supported shooting position. A 180 grain bullet to the brain is very humane and lethal. I received this photo from our M.I.N.E cam a few minutes later of Triple B feeding inside the trap. I drop the gates and receive this photo of a successful capture. I immediately head towards Clay Pit to euthanize him and come across another boar in an adjacent food plot. This is the third huge boar encountered in the last 45 minutes. I quickly euthanize Triple B with a suppressed .22 caliber rifle, then photograph him at the trap. The first boar shot at Mud Puddle turns out to be split ear from Turnip Field. All three are impressive specimens individually. Together, these Goliaths created an exceptional morning that most people will never experience. All three boars were killed between 2:45 and 3:20, which matched a major time period on the Solar Lunar table during an excellent day rating. Here's another example at Gravel Pile while using a spin cast feeder with a covered shooting stand. The ice cam shows boar activity on both 7 and 8 September. I'm in position before dark on the 9th to begin scanning with a thermal monocular. The first boar arrives at 22:03 and is quickly introduced to a bullet. Our second boar arrives 15 minutes later and offers another headshot. The third boar arrives an hour later at 23:20. He doesn't like the view and attempts to leave. These three were killed between 2200 and 2320, which matched the minor time period during a fair day rating. I sat for another hour and load them at 0:35, then take photos at another location. There's no reason to stay if the 10th is rated as a poor day and there is no targeted intel on the ice cam. I also used the Solar Lunar table to help make planning decisions regarding fuel, time, and labor. For example, I would not plan any tasks requiring thermal stalking between 14 and 20 June when the project is 75 miles away because it is a full moon week. These tasks would be better suited between 31 May and 6 June. Are Solar Lunar calendars 100% accurate? Absolutely not, but I'm willing to bet more feral pigs are killed during good and excellent day ratings than during fair and poor. It is simply another tool in your toolbox to help make performance-based decisions, especially when combined with reliable camera intel. These strategic decisions are critical to implementing a successful integrated wild pig control program. To view the entire 30-minute episode, please tune in to RFD-TV. Our weekly show airs Tuesday nights at 9:30 p.m. Eastern, 8:30 p.m. Central, Channel 231 on Dish Network, and Channel 345 on DirecTV.